Hello, everyone. Oh. Hello, everyone. Coming up here on Connect Now. What a show we have for you. We talk about the chaotic madness that's going on between Tyra Banks with America's Next Top Model. Should she take more accountability for her own actions as she tried to desensitize the situation, saying that she wasn't aware of similar situations on the show? We'll get to it coming up here with Tyra Banks and a lot going on with that on the Netflix special. Also, too, we also talk about this actor Eric Dane, who was a prominent figure. He was what called himself Next Demi. He dies of ALS. We get to the latest. He was so young, man. I can't believe it. But we'll talk about that coming up. And two, Cam Newton back into the situation once again. He's talking about relationships and children again. We'll get as we connect now. Start right here, right now. Hello, everyone. I'm your host as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Connect Now. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Connect Now here alongside Brittany Shea. Brittany Shea, how you doing?
Doing good, doing great.
All right. Like we said, join in that conversation using the hashtag Connect Now here on Connect TV. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, Brittany Shea, let's get to the meat of the matter right quick. Let's play a little snippet of what's going on with Tyra Banks with the America's Next Top Model.
Mm-hmm.
We're demanding it.
And so we kept pushing more. Why are we filming this? And more. Shaming. We not thin enough.
Get crazier and crazier. Going to get a medical procedure.
There was a line that I feel was crossed.
It's wrong, and
it's a TV show to you guys.
I realized Tyra would do anything
For you, we were all rooting for you.
world was.
I wanted to.
All right. Brittany Shea, what's your thoughts on that? Tyra Banks coming back for America's Next Top Model. A lot of people saying that Tyra should be held accountable. What's your whole intake on it?
Yeah, I feel like she do need to be held accountable, just like the other people, like the Mr. Jay Alexander, Nigel, everybody played a part in it. You see what I'm saying? And Kim Mock, but mostly Tyra and Kim Mock, because ultimately you're the executive producer. So when you're the executive producer, you have the say so of how everything is gonna run for the show and getting production wise money for the show. You see what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z. So and just owning your part in what you played your role in the show. She just was lying and denying and deflecting. You see what I'm saying? Or playing dumb, like I didn't know, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I wasn't part of production, I wasn't this, I wasn't that. But then people pull clips and pull receipts saying, I be producing the show, I be watching the clips and putting the show together. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, girl, which one is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, just take your accountability in your role. Like, yeah, we made poor decisions. We did some things where we was basically like trying to remember, I told you it seemed like they was exploiting them girls. You know what I'm saying? Like exploiting their situation, exploiting their insecurity, exploiting their family dynamic. Like anything, like what like most reality shows do, they want to know everything about you, how you feel, your life experience, and what you dealt with, what you went through, and they turn around and use it against you. You see what I'm saying? Or use it for TV, so they can have that vulnerability, or use you for your emotions or feelings. You see what I'm saying? They bring it out, so it makes for great TV. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what it was. They capitalized off a lot of that.
When I didn't even see the show, see this Netflix until you said Tyra got to be held accountable. I'm like, I haven't seen the show. I mean, I was trying to give Tyra Banks grace, but then when I watched the 3-part series, I was like, oh, okay, now I see why folks getting upset, angry at her. I said she just put a can of worms out for herself.
Yeah, and then you could tell she very like whimsical, like crazy, delusional, or she tried to play that way. But then again, My thing is this though, don't get me wrong. I was a big fan of the show growing up. I watched up to like 10 seasons of the show, I think. And then after a while I just
Uh,
checked out and stopped watching it.
uh,
But I do remember all the moments and stuff. It brought back memories to me of watching the show, you know what I'm saying, seeing the contestants and stuff. And
yeah.
I just could remember the outrageousness of it, but I always used to love watching the challenges, the photos, you know what I'm saying, the makeover. So I can, I can admit like all of us we was, invested in the show and interested in the show, entertained by the show. But it looked like, it came at the cost of those contestants. You see what I'm saying?
Uh,
I hate that a lot of them didn't get um the modeling careers that they so wanted. You see what I'm saying? So I
mm,
hate that for them. The show kind of tarnished that for them. It's almost like if they wouldn't probably did the show and went for a modeling career, they would have probably been taken more serious. But from doing the show, they were saying like the pictures and stuff was too much for like editorial runway fashion. Fashion got to be taken serious. You know what I'm saying? So when they
yeah.
did shoots with Tyra, it was just a little bit too much. You see what I'm saying? And then
Uh,
it didn't benefit and help them. I know one contestant that won. I think her name was Danny. She had the gap in her mouth. They was getting her to close her gap. Basically trying to change you. You know what I'm saying? That's how she felt, and I understand. 'Cause I have a gap. I mean, I feel like my gap is beautiful. You know what I'm saying to me, and it makes me different. You know what I'm saying? So I just
mm,
think, yeah, it just really traumatized a lot of those women. You see what I'm saying? The show,
yeah.
but
We
but
seeing parts right now of it.
yeah, and then especially the
Well,
shit. Oh, I want to touch
okay.
on Sandy right quick. Her
Go ahead.
situation. The
And
Sandy,
this is her. I think the Sandy. Go ahead, Brendan.
Sandy.
Yeah,
I just want to touch on her situation right quick. Basically, like even when I was younger watching the show, right there with the blonde hair, I thought she
yeah,
cheated on her boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? And I
yeah.
thought, they said her storyline like she was kind of like the ugly duckling and it turned to a beautiful swan type deal. And I guess they was trying to make it seem like she cheated on her boyfriend, but come find out she was drunk. She couldn't consent. The man she was drunk with, he couldn't consent. It was just all just SA in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that happened, unfortunately. But it's like she just was so out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad that all that happened to her because they totally played it up for reality TV, making us think that she really like cheated on on her boyfriend like that. But it's really sexual assault that happened, and they knew about it. They did nothing to stop it. So
Let's go to one of the well, a lot of people were taking Tyra Banks' defense and stuff. Let's hear what Eva Pifford was saying this week on CBS Mornings.
When you watch it because you didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, but it details many controversial moments, the alleged sexual assault that happened, to eating disorders, to models being put in blackface, or one model who was people who were bullied, and incredibly troubling, one model whose mother was shot in a violent act was then asked to replicate that in a photo shoot.
Horrible.
Do you think that the judges and the producers had a role in creating this type of environment, even if you never saw it?
Absolutely. That environment could not exist without producers aiding and abetting what was going on. I've done reality now on every level.
Yeah.
Housewives. I mean, I don't know what's going on in someone's life unless the producers tell me. It's a part of how this thing works. At the time, we were kids trying to find our dreams realized and actualized by a woman that we believed could do that for us. And if she could see it in us, then the world would see it in us because the world sees it in her.
Yeah.
So it was just a TV show
Yeah.
to win a competition.
All right, you heard that from Eva Pifford. She was the winner of America's Next Top Mom. I don't know what season, probably 4 or 3, right?
I think it was the third season.
Okay. She'll be on CBS this morning to address the situation. Kind of feels for her fellow contestants at that time, and I didn't even know that someone's mom got killed. Well, photo shoot.
Yeah, that was kind of
That's
wild.
wild.
That's insensitive. Like Like they took literally, like you could tell that was intentional. You know, like the girl said, she was thinking it was coincidental, but then she kind of realized, like, damn, is this intentional? You know, I told her my mom got into, you know, some form of gun violence, and here you go, got me portraying as someone, you know, like a victim of gun violence, like, which is crazy. So, but Eva, I think was coming more from a, you know, how can I say, a lot of people that are famous or what you call trained, media trained. So she was come more from a media trained answer. You see what I'm saying? Like it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't in defense, and it wasn't not in defense. You see what I'm saying? Like she was basically saying like, hey, it was a
Yeah.
competition. So, you know, the judges and you producers should be held accountable, you know, and the producers set the tone of the show. You see what I'm saying? And how things are
Yeah.
run and how things go. And I remember I was telling you, I feel like she didn't protect none of those girls, like not all of them, like she should have. She protected some, but not all. And some can't say they had a bad experience, like others. You know, others can say they had a bad experience. Some may have not. Like Eva really didn't have too much of a bad experience. You see what I'm saying? Because she was kind of like picked to be, you know, a favorite of Tyra. So Tyra really didn't do much to Eva. And it's like that with any job. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like favoritism in a way.
Yeah.
Like you a job that kind of
Yeah.
some, you know, someone has a bad experience and someone may not. You know what I'm saying? You just have to find what's
Mhm.
right for you. That don't make it right neither. You see what I'm saying? So that was my takeaway from it. And I felt like Tyra could have protected the black girls more that that she should have. You see what I'm saying? And and
Yeah.
wish she. Oh, I don't know. You know, that's hindsight 2020. So literally in 2020, when folks was locked down, they was watching the show and it put a new fresh pair of eyes on it. And you know, we're now in a society that, you know, they not subjecting to that wrongdoing. You see what I'm saying? To that,
Mhm.
you get what I'm saying? Like it's back
Yeah.
then it was. I wouldn't say it was acceptable, but that's what it was back then. I felt like more back then people were more not sensitive. You see what I'm saying? To things. But
Yeah.
now people are sensitive, but they're being more you know, like we in like a woke culture, but then again, it's all about how you treat people. You see what I'm saying? Right is right, wrong is wrong. That's what I think they
Yeah.
call it.
Like if someone gets condemned or something like that.
Yeah, if you're doing wrong, you know what I'm saying, how harsh and things was back then, and you know how they was saying some of the girls was fat, and they you look at them, you like back then they make you thinking people was fat and they wasn't. You see what I'm saying? Like a
Yeah.
lot of the time models, they was not fat at all. They
And you
just
think it was Tyra? You think Tyra was deflecting what she went through for
yeah,
for her own TV? For like, you know what? I'm going to turn it around and see how other folks would feel. How the way I had to go through, endure to get
yeah,
where I'm at. So maybe she thinking like, you know, this is what you got to do to. If you had to endure all this hazing and all this stuff, entire head, she probably thinking you'll be a better person, you'll be better off. But
mhm.
many people think it's kind of like human suffering or human in treatment or something like that.
Yeah, but I just think to me, I feel like she was projecting like her experiences, projecting onto those girls. And I get, you
Yeah,
know, trying tough love and stuff, but then again, yet still it's ways you can go about it. You see what I'm saying? You know how
yeah,
all you should talk crazy to them. You see what I'm saying? And call them this and that, you fat, this and that, you ugly, da 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 da. Like you breaking these women down. You supposed to help uplift them or get them constructive criticism. You see what I'm saying? So that was my
yeah,
thing. But yeah, you know, and then for her to say, "Oh, it's gonna be season 25," no bitch. And if somebody watch it, they watch it if they hate watch it or watch it out of curiosity. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see
yeah.
why would you want to do a season 25 when you didn't learn from season 1 to 25. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
And then some people are saying she kind of ran her course and stuff, being on
Yeah,
TV for long.
yeah. Because the last time Tyra was on TV, you know, she live in Australia now, but last time she was on Dance with the Stars. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
she did host Dance with Stars. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like Tyra had her, she's still famous, gonna always be a famous supermodel, but she had her time, she made her impact, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
won't take that from her, and she always been, that girl, a it girl of supermodeling. You see what I'm saying? It's just that I
right.
hate that show brought out such a negative representation of her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it
Well,
is what it.
well, speaking of that, before we leave out this topic, let's hear season 1 winner Adrian Halton had to say. Take a look.
For Tyra Banks. She is not sorry. She is not apologizing to you. That bitch is not effing sorry. She will not bend the knee. And I respect that. What, you want her to lie? Lie and say how bad she feels? Everyone's coming to me and they're like, none of the judges were sorry. Why should they be? They're all loaded. Why should they give a flying... if they didn't give up at the time, they certainly ain't going to give it up now. But mad respect for Tyra, because that's hard to push back on that many people trying to struggle session you. And she's just like, you, and do what I want. And I got to respect that. So I tip my hat, my lady. Keep on being yourself, which is someone who doesn't give a flying shit.
Well, what's your comments on that, Brittany, from the season 1 winner?
I agree. Tyra don't give a fuck, and if she acting like she do, she placating. She faking it. She acting like she care, but she really don't, child. She, like they said, she got her money. Tyra net worth is $90 million. Like, she don't give a fuck.
Oh, Tyra Banks worth $90 million.
Yeah, I looked up her net worth, but net worth don't mean you. That's how much you accumulate in your career. But yeah, that's how much she's worth. So Tyra don't care. She got her money, baby.
Well, we know the judges, the two Jays and Nigel, appeared on the Sherry Shepherd show. Let's give a quick comment on what they said.
Fans felt that Tyra did not take accountability. It's been a lot of backlash online and everywhere. What should Tyra do?
Well, wow, yeah.
Actually, she should answer the questions.
She should answer the questions that they ask her.
I mean, look, I'm not her publicist.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who her publicist is, but that being said, I think the reality is, and how we approached it, is just to be absolutely honest with it, and it's okay. It's okay to admit that you made a mistake. It's okay to say, I'm sorry. It's okay to go, it wasn't right. And I know that, and we all know that. None of us are perfect. We were trying. There were lots of mistakes. Some things perhaps were even forced errors, right? As in, what happened with Shandy, what happened with various contestants that shouldn't have happened.
I remember that day like it was yesterday, watching the show. And Shandy, in the documentary, expressed her pain over a sexual encounter that was filmed. Now, Mr. J, did you ever feel like the show went too far?
Well, for me, that Shandy scene was just devastating. She was the girl that in my mind, I was ready for her to win.
Right.
You even see it in the doc. We're shooting in Verona, and she's winning.
She had it.
She's winning. She had it. I was in the production office when we got word of what was going down. I was devastated in the moment. And what I'd like everyone to just think about for a minute, because Shandy says this in her interview, she said, someone said, hey, how about the guys come over? Now, as someone who worked on that show, I can tell you the girls couldn't plan the next 5 minutes of their lives. They were following a directive. So who is the someone? That's the question. I'll leave it out there. I kind of know roughly, but the point is someone presented that. But
so Nigel, and being a father of two, did you ever feel like I didn't do enough to protect, or you tried to do as much as you could?
Well, I mean,
you didn't know about it.
I don't know. So that's the thing. Ultimately, as judges, we were actually kept quite sort of separate from what was happening. They wanted that on purpose, so that their everyday lives sort of played out outside of it, and then we would come to judging and we would just see their best photograph. We would kind of get, they would tell us about what they did. They did a photo shoot, they visited this, they did go-sees. We wouldn't know what happened behind closed doors, as you wouldn't in real life. If you go to a job interview, you don't tell everyone all your dirty laundry,
right? Yeah, right.
You basically go in there and you try and get the job. That's what that moment was for, right? I watched the show like everybody else did and saw what happened to Shandy on TV the way the rest of the world did. I didn't know the behind the scenes, all the things, the fact that production allowed this, didn't allow that. And because there was no social media, it didn't get out to the world. However, watching that now, I don't care whether they signed away the rights of their life and to say that the cameras could follow them. As a responsible adult, as a decent human being, you clearly do not let two young people who have got drunk go to bed together and film it as if that was somehow okay. It was not.
All right. You heard from the former judges of American Next Top Model. Damn, they still all of them look the same. You told me Miss Jane almost 70 years old. I said, shit. That dude look like he goddamn back in time or something. Him and Mr. J. What the fuck? They vampires or something.
Miss J, he's so messy. His facial expressions get me all the time. That's why he been memed so many times by his expression. But
he look like go ahead, Prince Shay, go ahead.
When he looked down through them look up through them glasses, he's shady.
He did that. I think Sherry asked him that question about did Tyra visit him in the hospital when he had a stroke, and he did that meme you said with the glasses.
Yeah, and then it's like, damn, Tyra, what Tyra just gave me like fake crazy person, damn, you can't even go see him or see how he doing. He was in your life, even if you didn't talk to him or see him in a while, just show that he mattered to you at some point in your life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if
they say. Oh, go ahead, Bridget Shay.
Yeah, I just think that was kind of like she don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like she's a bitch. Honestly, that's what it gave me.
Okay. Well, I mean, every celebrity could be one. Even Beyonce could be one. You never know.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you can't even go see the man that you knew for 16 years.
He taught you how to walk and stuff.
Yeah, man. Since you were 16, like, you can't put that to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have died. Like, she looked like, bitch, I don't care. Bitch, I don't care.
Yeah, I guess. Well, if you want to watch him, you got Netflix. This is the spot you need to watch. All right. American Netflix.
Hello? Yeah. Huh? I don't know what's going on. We're having problems again. Shit. Hello? Hello? What the hecky? Oh my God. Oh, it's an issue. Hopefully get this resolved, child. Hello.
Had some well, we can remove that. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Cam Newton went on some podcast and he's been having a rough week. He's been saying a lot. Here's what Cam Newton had to say on this podcast. Take a look.
because we all know you know, you're incredible at what you do. And sometimes when you do that, it's like a performance you got to turn on. And I feel like you're allowing people to see more of the real you. Now, I watched an episode with you and TD Jakes, and he was talking about the mask and having to put the mask on. And you said you don't feel like you can ever take the mask off. You can only do that with your children. Do you feel like that robs you of your humanity?
No, because that's the only feeling that I have where it's unconditional.
What does that mean?
Respectfully, any man, any provider can agree with this statement. There's no such thing as unconditional love. You only get that from very few people on this earth. One of those group of people are your parents. Lucky if they love you unconditional. You commit a crime, they love you. You are failure, they love you. You do something that's against their will, they still love you, right? And then that's your children. Like, we go different places. I get accolades, I get awards, I get, you know, certain experiences, and a lot of people put me on a pedestal. I don't know why, but to my children, that's daddy. To other people, that's, oh my God, that's Cam Newton. Oh my, this, that. And they don't care nothing about that. They don't want that. Only thing they want is time. And that mask only comes off for them because they see through the minutia. They see through, like, man, welcome to 4th and 1. Well, like, hey, welcome to Funky Friday. Like, they see First Take. They see hey, 106 in Sport. They see all that. All those characters that you may see online, my children just see me. When you're dealing with other entities, whether relationship-wise, wives, girlfriends, significant others, partners, if your husband don't do right by you, there's only a certain amount of time where you just gonna say, all right, now I ain't gonna keep dealing with this now. Well, with your children, they still gonna choose you. And that's the true essence of what unconditional love is. And that's, I said it, people think it, and you can't find another source that will love you regardless of who you are. And that's what I mean by that.
All right, Brittany Shay, you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, did you hear what Cam Newton said? A father of 9 discussing women relationships and children, saying unconditional love, which he right for a certain extent, but I mean, you have unconditional love for any and everybody.
I mean,
well, Brittany Shay look like she popped in, popped out, but she'll be right back. A lot of technical difficulties, but like I said, Cam Newton, a father of 9. Cam Newton might be right on a certain extent to his beliefs and his values, which, you know, you got to have family values going forward. But I mean, sometimes, you know, and stuff like that, about baby mamas and stuff like that. Brittany Shay's back with us. Baby mamas. What's your whole thoughts when Cam Newton said about the baby mama situation, about a woman, if she have many kids, her value goes down?
well, he could say the same for himself, because hell, that ain't nothing to be cute. That ain't cute neither. A man with all them damn kids. But you know, some women are pick Mishas. They'll still be okay with a man with all them damn kids. His value down too. A pig Misha. So yeah, they'll be okay with a man with 9 kids. Yeah. They might have his 10th kid. Yeah.
I think Tasha K put the right analogy, like, hey, you can really have 9 kids, but you're gonna be really broke. But I mean, really he got 7, but he got 2 that he took on when he was with the first girlfriend, I think Kaya, who was a stripper, I think, at the time, and he took her on. I like hell, man. Just because you got money and stuff, that's what women flock to. Once you're an athlete and you got money and you got access to women, the money gonna come. The women gonna come even more. So I mean, it really ain't gonna make no difference. So
This thing backing up. I don't know what's going on. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. There you go. It keep going in and out.
The problem is signal and stuff like that, but hey. Yeah. But Cam Newton, he also Brendan got his show canceled, 106 in Sports, which I was telling you that show wasn't gonna last. I said anything that's on BET, even if BET want us on platform, like nah, we good. We good. We'll be on Tubi anyway. We good. We'll be on the Tubi channel. We don't want to be on BET. They pay us $1 million. I still don't want to be on BET.
It done went down. The
I'm
value
saying,
of
like, you don't need.
People watch Tyler Perry movies and then they watch Tyler Perry show and they watch the BET Award. Then all the time people watch BET.
Yeah, there ain't no BET no more. I mean, BET, the new BET is Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But we'll move on from.
What else we talking about? I'm going in and out.
See